Hello, welcome to the Younger Aftershow. And tonight we have so much to talk about. Will this Mercury and Millennial battle ever end? Baby Gemma is now a star, and we have the winner of our giveaway, so stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome, everybody. Happy Hump Day. It is your favorite after show, the Younger After Show, right here on AfterBuzz Comedies. I am your host, Tsahai Wilson, and tonight we don't have our other panelists, Taylor and Alice, but they're here with us in spirit, and they will be back with us next week. But I do have my lovely co-host, Farai.
We don't need them. It's fine. It's just us two. Just kidding. We miss them. But
yes, we
this
do.
Is fun, too.
Yes, Farai will be taking care of, some of our special segments tonight. We have our news and gossip. We have our predictions, and we have our Younger-isms. So stay tuned. So Farai, hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So what do you think of tonight's episode?
I liked it. It was not as explosive as last week, but it did what it had to do. Satisfying.
Yes. I mean, I love this show so much. I wish it was an hour long.
Oh, I can't been saying that.
I know. I've been watching the old episodes, and I really enjoy it so much. But this episode didn't give me all the bells and whistles, but it did move the story along, especially this whole Liza and Charles drama that's going on here.
I thought the third leg was interesting. Also, I think it's true. But can we start first with the Chip and Joanna knockoff?
Well, we'll get to that. We're going to get to that because, we still have so many authors that are now leaving Millennial, wanting to go to Mercury, and it's causing this rift. And the book that we focus on this episode is called The Third Leg, with this couple that do renovations, but they also want to write a book about how working together affects their relationship, right?
Yeah, or they need to find something that keeps the fire going, basically.
Right. I guess they were saying, so the book is called The Third Leg, and they consider each of themselves a leg, but they need one more thing to keep them steady in their relationship. And they met with Millennial, and it seemed to go well. But then, Liza and Charles end up going to dinner, and there they are again. And it kept on happening throughout this episode. Did you think that, Charles had access to Liza's calendar or something? Because it became too convenient that he was always where she was going to be.
Well, I mean, they have the same mind and they have the same ideas and thought processes. So I couldn't, I don't think it was like that. I don't think Charles is that sneaky. I think that he just knows that business is business, and that's why Liza's not really mad at him. I mean, he might become poor if this doesn't work. So, wouldn't you do the same?
I don't know. I have the hashtag that I'm trying to get started, Sneaky Charles, because I do think he's sneaky. I was like, okay, first of all, yes, at the party, they go to this party together. And what I liked about them being at this party together was that they announce each other to the world, this is my girlfriend. This is how they introduce myself. This is my boyfriend. So the hiding, they're out in the open, which was nice. But then they're still fighting against each other. And I know
what choice do they have?
I know he did not have to go ahead and start another publishing company. He could have done something else.
But he wasn't fulfilled. He needs something to fulfill him. And honestly though, if you've been doing something for so long that wasn't really yours, I could see his point of view.
I understand, but Charles has enough money. He could have gotten into real estate, something else. His money could have done something else.
No.
I understand he loves publishing, but the way he went about it with, hiring Zayn and being all secretive, again, he was sneaky, you see? So I see a reoccurring theme here, and the hashtag Sneaky Charles should be.
He was just catching his coin.
Yes, he was. And now, speaking of coins, this is definitely affecting the relationship because he's risking it all on Mercury. And he tells Liza that, but we'll kind of backtrack to that a little bit. Let's kind of go through the episode a little bit more. So Liza introduces Charles as her boyfriend at this party. He does the same for her. But then even the other authors are a little confused by what's going on because they see the tug of war between the two of them. And it kind of felt a little unprofessional to me. Did you think the same thing?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, but then again, how are they supposed to know that outside of the party, even when they went to that dinner with the Chip and Joanna, how are they supposed to know, that's what makes it awkward. It's because I feel like most people I know don't date people in the same, I guess that's not true, but I guess I've never known of like anyone in the publishing industry dating each other. Like, I guess it really is that small, but
Yeah.
like, would you still go anyway?
Yeah,
like,
I think you do. I think it's like on one end, it's like cool because the person you love also works in the same line of work you do, so they'll understand like, you know, the ups and downs. You know, when you can want to come home and vent to your boyfriend or girlfriend, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. But if they work in the same field, it's like, oh, they totally get it.
but if you're competing,
right, it's supposed to like in theory, it sounds cool, and I think that's what Charles thinks is going to be happening, but Liza is not feeling it.
no,
Not at all.
That passion was when they were working together.
Right.
I'm the assistant and you're the boss.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, this is like work.
Right. I love the fact that Liza kept on saying, you know, I'm an editor. Like you can see that she's grown so much and she's so comfortable in herself. And like the fact that she's still just like she did back in the day, like pushing new ideas along and spearheading new projects. I was like, look at our girl. She's come such a long way.
And she's being very loyal to Kelsey, but she doesn't think the same. So, you know, but we'll get to that.
Well, yeah, we're going to break that down a little bit. I think one other thing that I want to break down is our love for AfterBuzz.
Yes, our love for AfterBuzz. Hey, guys, thank you so much. Before we move on to our next topic, I just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of talk. And for us to continue to do what we love, we just want to make sure that you guys make sure to subscribe to our YouTube, give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, and don't be afraid to leave us a comment. Being a part of AfterBuzz is amazing because we get to share our love for Younger with you guys. And so thank you for supporting us and letting us do what we love.
Thank you so much. So also we want to shout out to everyone that's always in the comments with us. And at this time, we'd love to say thank you to Layla Kumar and Lovable Nikki who commented last week and also entered our Younger-ism competition. And the winner is, drum roll please. Thank you, Miss Layla Kumar.
Yes.
You are the winner of the signed copy of the newest edition of Younger. So I will shoot you a message so you can email me your address and we will send that over to you for your enjoyment. Thank you guys so much for supporting us and our show. Isn't that great?
I know. I'm really happy for her.
I know. Also, we're in the live chat tonight, guys. So I'm doing a little bit of both, but we are here. So please let us know what you thought of tonight's episode and what you think about this dynamic between Charles and Liza, because it's getting a little.
There's nothing sneaky. It's just we're all just trying to get our coins here. Everyone needs to mind everyone's business.
Okay, that's what you say, but I think a little bit more is going on. So while we had Liza and Charles kind of going back and forth, we see young Josh with baby Gemma.
Oh, I love this.
Now, baby Gemma warms my heart and soul.
Yes, and it's even better that she's an influencer.
I mean,
start them young. Literally, I actually just went to an event yesterday called Insta Beach, and all these influencers, well, they invited like the teen, because I guess with Instagram it's all about teens.
Okay.
So they invited all like the influential teens with like millions and millions of followers, and I was like, boy, do I wish that I grew up in a different generation, because I wish my parents started me early like that. He's being smart because then you can get money from posts and all this stuff and freebies.
Right, yeah.
And I mean, children are expensive. So like I said, catching your coin, Josh is catching his coin, and
Definitely.
Lauren is smart for setting that up.
She did see that and want to capitalize on that. You know, what I love is that Lauren is always the friend thinking ahead. You know,
Yes.
Josh was definitely a little upset initially because so what happens is Lauren starts this Instagram for baby Gemma. And Josh at first is like against it, but she poses it to him first, like, hey, Claire and her family can keep in touch with the baby. First of all, did we know that Claire went away?
Yeah. Where?
Claire, where you at?
Yeah.
What'd I tell you?
My favorite thing is when she said, Claire and her potato farm family have already been liking the photos. It
Yes.
died.
Claire just suddenly went back home to Ireland. We don't know how. Please let me know in the comments because I don't remember hearing anything about her leaving town. But and we did not hear when she was coming back, like I said. Just saying, I've called it. Just saying. So anyway, you know, Lauren says, hey, her family can keep tabs on the baby, easy breezy. And she only has 5,000 followers, but will make more.
Oh, yeah, we will make more. Gemma, we will get you to 1 million over here at AfterBuzz,
Baby
okay? Gemma
Gemma.
loves, and we love Gemma.
Yes, Gemma is a star. Okay, so then Josh goes into a coffee shop and starts chatting it up with a mom about his baby carrier, and suddenly she recognizes Gemma as if it was like TMZ being spotted, being spotted by TMZ. And then all these other moms comes over and tell him that, hey, I bought this for my baby because of Gemma, and we saw the impact that she has not only on Josh's life but on the world.
Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
he was like weirded out. But hey, that's hella good PR.
And so Josh again was kind of in his morals, but then Lauren had to tell him like, hey, this helps her college fund, helps you get free stuff, and helps the baby, and both of you and baby Gemma will be happy, which I thought, Lauren, like you said, hella good PR. She's always good at spinning the story in the right way.
Of course.
What did you think about like seeing Josh and Lauren hang out together? Because we had a whole little montage.
I
of
love
them
their
shopping.
relationship. I want them to be together.
Ooh.
I do. She's gonna be such a neurotic like stepmom, and then she's gonna be thinking of all the great things to do, and he's gonna be so chill, and then she has her PR company, he has his tattoos, like and then it's just like not this publishing mess. Like, I'm over it.
I didn't like the idea of Kelsey and Josh when that almost became a thing, but Lauren and Josh I don't hate, even though I know some of the other girls want Lauren and Maggie to get together.
I did want that, but now I don't. I want Lauren and Josh.
Wait, did you love how Maggie tried to get in on the Gemma IG fame?
I know, using her old paintings, but honestly, wouldn't you?
Everybody's trying to, make a buck off of baby Gemma's back.
She's like 0 years old. She'll never even remember.
I know. Or like you said, start them young, and maybe this will help. She won't even have to work because she already has money in the bank.
Yeah.
Taking notes.
Take that from Charles. He's trying to get money in the bank. You keep stopping him.
See, Charles is not using the power of Instagram, and maybe that's because he doesn't have a Lauren on his side.
That's
and that's
true.
What he needs.
All he has is Zane in that workspace that everybody goes to.
Which was basically a coffee
Mercury,
shop.
more like Pluto. Non-existent.
I love it. He's in outer space. But, Charles is definitely in his own world. And I think what I love about what you were saying about the power of Instagram is that, like, you work for ET as a field producer, and my background is in television as well, in production as well as a producer, but more of like unscripted television, like reality TV. But I was talking to a friend just now, and television and media has changed so much, and you do have to keep up with the times or else you're going to be left behind.
That's true.
Yep. So.
That's why I need to discover what TikTok is soon, because like I just have been sleeping on it, and I'm like, I should really know before it really takes over. And I should really make an account before I'm really behind.
Yeah.
I always think about that. I'm like, well, my Instagram's okay now, but it's like, what's gonna be the next social media app? I'm not gonna have as many followers. Like, where am I gonna do that? Like, how is this gonna happen? Like, it just stresses me out.
I know.
But like, I want to be in the know, because if I fall behind, then like,
what's going to happen?
I'm old.
I know. It's hard. You
I already feel old.
You still got time, babe.
I'm 24.
Babes,
100.
You just turned 24 last week. Everyone wish Farai a happy belated birthday. He turned 24 last week. You went to Vegas?
Yeah, I did.
Nice. What'd you do?
What didn't I do? Let's move on.
Okay. Loving that. Moving on to our next topic. So, Millennial has lost 3 books to Charles. We've lost the book with, hold on, I wrote it down.
Chip and Joanna.
Okay.
I'm just going to call them Chip and Joanna.
Why do you keep calling them Chip and Joanna?
Because they are a knockoff Chip and Joanna. They're doing home renovations, and they said it was on the New York Flip. I'm like, oh, God.
No,
like,
do you watch that show, the HD
no,
version?
I don't, but I know who they are.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Chip and Joanna. Everybody knows who they are. Like,
So, yeah, what I liked about that is I know Chip and Joanna, like the wife is like half Asian, and they casted like a half Asian woman. I was like, oh, they're definitely
and
being
like
very
a ginger-ish, brownish, chestnut white
yeah,
man.
They definitely kept it spot on with that. But I did like the renovation to the office that they did.
Yeah, they should keep that.
I really think they should keep that, even though Diana was upset they didn't have any chairs.
She was sitting on a chair.
I know.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's just a comfortable, nice what is it? I guess I
Cushion
wouldn't call it
type
cushion. I was going to say futon, but that's not it.
No, not a
I just wanted to say
She
that.
would have hated that.
What's the other book, though, that they lost?
I wrote it down. This one with this young, they almost lost
The
this.
Juilliard Girl.
The Juilliard Girl. So they had the book last week with the killer lady.
Oh, wait. They didn't lose the Juilliard Girl. They got it.
Yes, but
Yeah.
but the three books that have been in competition with Millennial and Mercury are the book with the killer lady,
Yes.
then this book, The Third Leg, and then this third book is with this musician who we find out that Charles's family and had paid for this child to go to Juilliard. It's a young lady from the Bronx who used to play on the subway, play classical music, and Liza's been in talks with her for many months. And thinks, she invites Diana and Kelsey to come to watch this young lady perform because she feels like she's a shoo-in to win her memoir. And first of all, is she old enough to write a memoir?
I know, right? Like, what is she going to say? Like, when I was 2 years old, I had a baby Bjorn and I got Insta-famous. Like,
And then I became friends with Gemma.
yeah.
But I guess it's not about the age, it's about your life experience.
I guess
Yeah, because
that's
she
true.
could have experienced a lot in her 20-something years. So anyway, Diana, Kelsey, and Liza go to the theater, but this
Opera-ish.
this performance, this classical
Recital.
Yes, this classical performance. And don't you know who's there? Charles. And this is when I was like, okay, Charles, you better stop this. You must be using Liza's face when she's asleep and opening up her phone.
The recital community is very big, I think. There's so many operas in New York. Like,
Okay, Farai, but come to find out, he didn't, sneak into her phone. He actually knew her from her youth, and his family were her benefactors and sent her to Juilliard. The world is very small. That's what a coinky dink. But I was like, there are too many coincidences happening, and I would have been pissed. And I really respected Liza for keeping her composure. She just seemed a little bothered by it, but I would have been mad.
she needs to be more assertive.
Yeah.
She's not like taking a stand. She's like, well, what am I going to be mad? I'm just going to compete. And it's like, ugh, I mean, you could have really like been mad for like 2 weeks and then done that. But I guess it's all out the window.
But
she's not playing the game in this relationship. She's letting him lead the relationship. I'm like, you are the boss.
So even though you're Team Charles, you're kind of rooting. So in Team Liza versus Team Charles, whose side are you on?
Liza. I'm not on Charles's side, I guess. Oh, actually, no. You know what? Actually, I take that back. I'm on no side. I see this is one circle, this is the other, and I'm in the middle.
You have to choose.
Because
you have to choose a side. You just said that Liza has to be definite. You two have to be definite.
Is there lava around me? I have to choose. Gun to my head. I just have to choose one.
You have to choose.
Can I plead the fifth? Okay, I think Liza. Sorry.
Okay, good.
But how can I hate Charles if he's playing? I can't be mad if you're just playing the game better. Like,
I guess so, but he's also using the information that his girlfriend has, which are like insider secrets, to his advantage. That's what I don't like.
But she's not really telling him who they're going for. It's just more of like they talk about it at work, and then he just happens to be there. Like, they're never talking about it, so it's like he doesn't really know anything.
I feel like yes, I guess the community is small, but I do feel like he wasn't as forthcoming with the fact that he was even starting this company as he should have been. If I had to choose a side, which I will, I'm choosing Liza because she's done so much. She had to lie, cheat. Okay, she didn't steal. She stole hearts. She stole, Josh's love from him.
She stole trust.
She stole trust.
Don't forget.
She did. So she lied, cheated, and steal to get to where she
And
stole.
Dad died because of her, I think. Yes, he pretty much did. Oh, well, I mean.
Not really. Thad was already a bad guy. Thad, R.I.P.
We're just going to forget about that.
I love that. But Liza's been through so much. I feel like Charles, he could always, she's been struggling for so long. Charles was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He didn't have to pull himself up by his bootstraps to get to this place, and fake to be an assistant. And, he.
But that's what he's attempting to do. He's attempting to start something. He's attempting to have risk. Like, why are we mad that he's like attempting to have something of his own? He's learned from having an inheritance and wants to start something from the ground up.
Charles is not struggling like Liza, and you know,
Is she struggling though? She's living rent free in her friend's apartment in Williamsburg. It's a nice loft. Yes, she works, but it's like
she pays Maggie something. Maggie's not gonna let her live there rent free, and that rent is expensive. So Liza definitely has to chip in. But I just think that their perspectives are different, and that leads us to where Diana and Kelsey end up leaving this classical music performance because they are over Charles and his shenanigans, as I would have been too.
I love their relationship,
How
Diana
cute.
and Kelsey.
Yes, how
Diana
cute
has
is
really
that?
grown on me, and I didn't realize how much she's really grown on me.
What? You did not immediately love her?
I did love her, but like I don't know. I don't know why I didn't love her. Not that I don't love. I don't know. She's just grown on me. She's just grown on me.
She's my fave. All my favorite Youngerisms usually come from her, which we will get into later in the episode. So please stay tuned. But so Kelsey and Diana end up at this bar where they not only drink, but they throw axes. Have you heard of this? This is a thing
I've
now.
seen that on the Real Housewives. They do it as like a fun activity. It's usually cringe because they get in a fight after. But regardless, I thought it was fun that they were doing it when they were drunk and they were getting. Well, Kelsey was aiming it correctly.
Yes. The thing that every time I see something like on a reality show or I see it on a scripted show and then I see it on a reality show, it becomes a thing because like, you know, reality shows are always looking for activities to keep the cast occupied. So I guess like axe throwing is the new hot thing on the block. Remember at one point it was like getting colonics or getting facials.
Oh my God.
Or,
Yeah.
you know,
Botox parties.
Botox parties. Like, you notice you watch one show and every show is doing it. It's because one, they're looking for like things that are going to be free advertising and not cost the production too much money, and then also give exposure to something new and look hot and fresh. So the reason I bring this up is a coworker of mine just did the axe throwing too in Denver. So it's a thing. Guys, have you thrown an axe for fun in a bar? Like, is this a thing now? Let us know in the comments.
I wouldn't trust myself with alcohol. I'm so accident prone. Like, I'm just not. I'm stepping all the way away from that.
Yeah, I want to try it. Like, I think like it looks like fun.
I'll watch you try it.
And then okay, you'll watch me? Okay,
Yeah.
good. This is good. We'll get Pamela from last week.
Yes.
And we'll just
oh my
all
God,
go-
love her.
I know. We'll just
she didn't call me to go to the bungalow. Oh my God. But I did read the book, Pamela. If you're watching, I am almost done with it. But I'm bragging about my signed copy, by the way. I actually really do like the book.
Isn't it lovely?
And the pictures are just the cherry on top.
I
'cause
know.
It's like,
I know. Well, I'm glad.
why am I using Hulu?
Miss you, Pamela. It was great having you last week. So, but you know, Diana and Kelsey are in this bar. And what I love is when Diana needs to use the bathroom and the ladies' room is full, and Kelsey, in true New York City girl fashion, tells Diana to just go outside. And this is where Diana ends up getting pulled over by a cop, and Kelsey still has the axe in her hand, and they both end up getting arrested. And you know what was missing from this equation? Liza. Normally, don't you think about it? Like, normally when something crazy would happen, Liza would be with her girls.
She was trying to solve something for the girls. They need to ease up on her. But why is it illegal to pee somewhere? Sometimes the bathroom is just too crowded, okay?
True.
It's just too crowded, and
But you have to think, if everyone was peeing outside, can you imagine the smell of urine everywhere?
that's why, I mean, but a felony? Isn't it a felony?
I don't know.
I think it is.
The fact that they got arrested for it and he just, he was just
Oh,
going to
no,
give her
you
a
can
citation.
become a sexual offender. You can become a sexual offender.
What? No, he was going to give her a citation.
Oh, I know, but that's what I was afraid of, because in some states you can become a sexual offender for peeing in public.
What?
Yeah.
Even if you're hidden behind a dumpster like she was?
Mm-hmm. If any sort of public, I don't know how many states it's valid in, but I'm pretty sure where I'm from, it's a sexual offender.
And where are you from again?
Arizona.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
I don't know how many people look at their sexual offender websites, but don't judge a book by its cover.
Okay. Thank you. That's a message from Farai. Okay. Well, Diana's not a sexual offender, but she definitely, finally did not like the fluorescent lights in the jail. She was very upset about that. And her boo, Enzo, came to rescue her.
Love him.
Which I loved because we saw earlier in the episode, Diana and Enzo had a dinner date, and Enzo has to work, and Diana's annoyed, and you know, what I liked about seeing that she was sad that she wasn't getting to spend enough time with him, it showed how much Diana has grown in this relationship.
Seriously. But I feel like she would, like, be okay with it if he was, like, a surgeon and he had to, like, do a surgery. She'd be like, oh, that's fine. Go save a life.
But isn't that what she said? She tells people that he's, like, a surgeon or something like that? So.
No, she's like, he's a plumber. And then, oh, my God, I'm going to save her Youngerism.
Yes, she had a great Youngerism here, too. But I thought she told Kelsey, she was like, actually, I tell people that he's, like, a surgeon and because it just sounds better. Which it shows that she loves him, but she's still at times wanting the relationship to sound fancier. Remember when she was talking to the couple, the third leg authors, she was like, oh, Enzo and I go to the symphony and we eat this type of food.
Stop, you're going to ruin my Youngerism.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just saying in general, she wants to impress other people by making her relationship seem like she's with a different type of guy. So she loves him, but she's still adjusting. So why do you think she does that, though? Being that you're getting to know Diana.
Because, like, how do you upgrade from being a plumber?
Like, he's an entrepreneur. He owns his own business, and he makes.
That's a strong word.
No, he has his own business.
Okay.
So
is it okay? Yeah.
And he was.
Doesn't every plumber technically have their own business?
No, you could be a plumber and work for another company. You know what I'm saying?
So but how hard is it to be a plumber with your own business? Anyone can buy an LLC, and then like you can just take cash. It's like when I saw a tutor in high school. Like, yeah, she has her own business, but
right.
It's like, I'm paying you out of pocket. You could not claim taxes on it.
Well, listen, I feel like Enzo the business is only not him. I'm sure he has employees. So it's a full-fledged, legit business.
All 5 boroughs,
yeah,
allegedly.
Exactly. 2, his work keeps him in shape because Enzo looks good and he was able to lift her up and when he saved her from the sewer, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
3, I mean, he knows people. Enzo's connections were what
the
helped.
mob.
Yeah, allegedly, not really. You know, just because he's Italian, Diana thinks that Enzo has mob ties, but we're not, you know, adhering to those stereotypes here. We're
not on AfterBuzz, not at all.
This show, that's right. So Diana, you know, there's so many perks to Enzo, and it's interesting to me that she still struggles with who she wants him to be versus who he is. You know?
Yeah.
That'll
be their downfall for sure.
You think they'll break up?
No, I think I don't know. I mean,
he did get tired of her stuff recently.
He's gonna break up with her, I think.
No, don't say that. I just need Diana as the show progresses. I need Diana to have a steady relationship. When I watch the old episodes and to see how she was throwing herself at Charles back in the day, it's so.
And she's like still salty about it. I'm like, why? Charles is such a wet blanket. Like he's only perfect for Liza.
See, I don't know where you stand on this Charles thing because something you call.
I told you I was in the middle, but you made me choose a side. So
yes. Okay. I thought your team Charles love was strong,
but he's just like so blah. So blah. His ex-wife was so blah.
Don't bring up that ex-wife because she made me mad.
She's just like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, oh,
so
boring.
Yeah, Enzo and Diana are in a good place, but you know we don't know if Diana, Kelsey, and Liza are in a good place because during this girls' night out without Liza, Diana and Kelsey question Liza's loyalty. Do you think that they should have been, or they should know? Listen, this is our girl. She has our back.
I think they were being like kind of annoying by leaving the recital because like they could have saved it. I feel like they just give up so quickly. They're like, well, Charles is here, so we don't stand a chance. Like, at least try. Like, Liza stayed and she tried, and then when you called her to get bailed out, she came. So it's like she's not doing anything you don't want her to do. You just are looking for reasons to be mad at her because she's sleeping with the competition. But she didn't know the competition was going to go and do this. So what's she going to do? Dump him? Like,
but they don't know that she's not giving him insider secrets. You know, here it is, Liza.
But when has she ever been, other than her age? What else has she really lied about?
But you know how it is when you get in a relationship and it's like, do I choose my girls or my boys or my man or my woman? You know what I'm saying? So she's caught in the middle herself. So that's why I think it's interesting to see what she's going to do. But when suddenly Kelsey's hair is falling out, they're losing their authors. It's like, okay, wait a minute.
They're lowbrow.
Yeah, Kelsey in the magazine got, Charles was on top literally of the four quadrants, and Kelsey was on the bottom. So their cachet and their notoriety in the business she's losing. So it's like, okay, all these negative things are happening. Who's at fault? Is it Liza? Do we blame Liza for all of this?
No.
Think about it. If Liza didn't lie, even though I love her, then Charles wouldn't have had to leave. And then...
Well, that's the whole premise of the show. So, what would we have to talk about?
I know, but I think we have Liza to blame. And I think it's an interesting situation for her. Because think about it. Once we saw that she told... everyone her age, everyone found out about her age, we thought, okay, I thought kind of like, okay, now it's easy street for Liza, but nope, the drama continues for her.
It's really hard. I don't even know what I would do in her situation, to be completely honest. I personally don't even think I would be in her situation because I don't know, maybe.
You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Well, Charles comes over to Maggie's place to find Liza because he felt the tension as well when she left the classical music performance with the young lady. And he says that, he sees Liza with Josh and baby Gemma in this pretty little picture of a family that I actually want to see. Baby Gemma.
No,
yes.
That's such an awkward duo.
No.
What are you talking about?
Listen, okay, here it is. Liza has a child. Josh now has a child.
Her child, by the way, is how many years older?
That's
will have nothing in common.
Look, Caitlin,
but go on.
Where are you, first of all, Caitlin? Where is Caitlin?
Sticking her face in bread.
Did she go back to India? I don't know. Someone help me find Caitlin, please. So listen, like Liza's already a mom. She could totally help Josh. And she even said herself that baby Gemma is so adorable and she's obsessed with her. So, you never know. I just seeing them together.
Nah.
Warms my heart so much.
They're just friends. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. I just still have hope.
No.
I mean, that was where we left the episode at the end, where Charles was like, listen, Liza, I am risking it all, not only for you and our love, but for this business venture. And she kind of, you could tell that she felt sorry for him because she had to tell Kelsey, when Kelsey questioned her loyalty, she was like, listen, I know we're going through a difficult time, but Charles is as well. And on the bright side, Millennial ended up winning the book from the young classical musician, which I thought was a good fit for them.
Yeah, and then he tried to be like, a win is it for all of us? And I was like, I'm out. That is no such thing. My win is my win, and you are not a part of the company.
Yeah, see, you're really Team Liza, and I appreciate that, and thank you so much. And what I appreciate is you guys. So let's go into our special segment, Youngerisms.
Okay. Can I go? Because you almost spoiled mine.
Go.
Okay, my favorite part is when Diana was talking to fake Chip and Joanna about what her and Enzo are into. She's like, oh, well, Enzo's more into, like, this, but, like, I'm more of, like, variety. It really, like, just, it was something so, like, she's like, I'm into more variety, and, like, it causes for heated debate. I'm like, that's your third leg? I'm like, okay, go off.
Right, I know. Okay, I have one, and we could go back to yours as well. When Liza said, what choice do I have? Be mad at you or be better? And I was like, you go, girl.
Yeah, I liked that, too. That was actually my runner-up, not even lying.
Okay.
Serious.
Okay. I also had, when Diana saw Kelsey's picture in the magazine, she said, a head without a neck is like a floating tragedy. Diana, I love you so much. And then when Diana saw Enzo, that he had to go to work, she says, I want to be with you. I don't need another necklace. I can't believe I said that. Because I thought that was cute because Enzo offered to buy her a new necklace, which Enzo knows the way to her heart. This is how much he knows her.
That's true. And
my last Youngerism was Lauren to Josh, you're going to get free swag. you're gonna get free swag, Snack Daddy, and you're both gonna love it. So.
Wait, I have one more too.
Go.
When Liza was telling Kelsey, like, no one reads this magazine anyway, and Diana walks in like, have you seen this magazine?
Yes. I know, our girls are a trip. We'll now go into our news and gossip segment.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So you guys know all week I'm all up in everyone's Instagram from the show, and this week we have a Sutton appreciation post all about Sutton this week. So
my queens.
Our first picture is of Sutton and Debi, aka Liza and Maggie, and it's just that I cut off the caption by accident, but it's just the two of them prepping for tonight's episode where it looks like Maggie is whispering into Sutton's ear, which I just thought was so cute. I just love seeing the two besties and the two OGs together.
Yeah. I love Debi Mazar.
I know, she's the best. I've been watching her. She's been celebrating her daughter's birthday, and you should go into her Instagram, Debi Mazar.
Maybe make Maggie a mom on the show. I feel like I'd really love that.
Oh, yes. We'll discuss. Next, we have Sutton is in LA, guys, because she is doing Into the Woods at the Hollywood Bowl. And so here we have a picture with Sutton and three of her cast members, Sierra Boggs, I think, excuse me for the mispronunciation. Cheyenne Jackson and Patina Miller, all prepping for the upcoming performance. The tickets are running up to $152, and the performances are July 26th, July 27th, and July 28th. So I have a couple more photos from her prep and rehearsal for the show if we go on to our next one.
I love a working queen.
I know. Not only is she on TV, she does theater. This post, our next image is of 25 things you don't know about me with Sutton Foster. And I highlighted a couple of them. One was number 8. I was fired from one of my first professional jobs. I was cast in the national tour of Greece on the road. It's a weird story because I ended up being rehired for another position, which I love. Number 9, Sutton says she loves Christmas and she gets excited when Thanksgiving comes around because she can start listening to Christmas music. Number 15, Sutton gets nervous about doing something, she says to herself, in true Liza fashion, I'm 44 years old. I've worked my entire life to get to this place. I can allow it to be good.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
And then one other Sutton fun fact is that she says if she weren't an actress, she'd have an Etsy store selling handmade crocheted items and drawings. So I thought that was
That's cute.
Isn't
and
that
actually
cute?
could totally see her doing
Wouldn't
that.
that be amazing? And then our last picture is of 2 more of Sutton's cast members from this Into the Woods upcoming performance. We have Skylar Austin, who you guys may remember from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. And then we have excuse me the mispronunciation if it's wrong, Gaten Matarazzo from Stranger Things. So this is going to be a celeb-filled event. If anybody can make it to LA, I think you should definitely go. I think I might try to go.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to have to break the bank for that one.
We're going to be in the cheap seats in the back, though.
No, seriously. Unless I know someone who wants to give me a ticket somewhere out there.
Sutton, we're your biggest fans. Hook us up. Hook us up.
Please.
Thank you so much. And that will lead us into some predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Now, we always see stuff upcoming from the upcoming week, but I like to think of, what else aren't we seeing that's really going to happen? And I think this rift between Liza and Charles is going to really
erupt
and push her into the arms of Josh, because that's where I want her to be. Also, I hope we find out where Claire is, and I think we've alluded to her possibly going back home and leaving the baby with Josh. I joke about it, but I think she will. I think it will lead to Josh being a single dad.
And then Lauren will help raise the baby and they'll fall in love.
Okay, I like this. I don't hate this. But they'll be like a little three's company. And I think Lauren would be a great mom, and definitely everything would be free because
she'd be a heller good mom.
Heller good, yes. Okay. What predictions do you have?
My predictions, I have a feeling Josh is going to hit on Liza, and that's the last thing I want to happen. It's just that's how they set it up in the preview, so it's like, what am I to believe? And I also feel like Liza's gonna get really high in that episode because it looks like they're going to some CBD retreat to get a book or something. And I'm like, oh God, this is what this generation has come to. But go off.
Well, so we did see in next week's episode that we're gonna see a like Charles and Josh like actually laughing and joking together, and I'm like, whoa. How is that?
Sneaky duo.
I mean, that's definitely going to put Liza in a interesting position. But do you think a part of Liza is like falling for Josh, or is she 100% Team Charles right now?
I don't think Josh is on her radar. I think she's happy for him in his journey and is happy that things are working out for him and that he's fulfilled and he has everything he wanted or most of what he wanted. But I think she's so consumed with this millennial Mercury BS that she's not even really thinking about the analytics of Josh.
Do you think if Liza had to choose between her work and her man, who would she choose?
Her work.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think so. I think, you can always find another man.
She went through all that mess for nothing. Like, come on.
Exactly. It's hard to imagine that she would pick Charles, because then what would she be left with, especially if he loses all his coins and has no money if Mercury doesn't,
Well, if she's a good person, she said that Charles could stay in her bed. So, I mean, that depends if he pisses her off or not. So,
plus he did buy her the bed, so it's actually a really good bed that he could stay in.
And then he'll be like, "Well, technically it was mine. What's mine is ours."
Also, speaking of beds, it made me think of Liza babysitting. Sorry, just and then where are Charles's children? Where are they? Because
with the mom.
No, I thought he had full custody.
I mean, maybe she took them and they're all having a marriage vacation together.
Oh, marriage vacation. Just again, watching, if you guys can watch, I've been watching the old episodes on Hulu, and to see, remember when Liza would babysit for Charles? It was like,
I know. She's like, the girls fell right asleep. And
I know. And now look at them.
Amazing.
They're in a real full-fledged relationship after all that torment and love and passion brewing for all this time. But thank you guys for being with us. We love you, and we want to see you again next week. So please join us here on the Younger After Show and AfterBuzz Comedies. I am your host, Tsahai Wilson.
And Farai Bennett here. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Farai with 5 eyes.
Yes, and Taylor and Alice. I was going to say Alex. Taylor and Alice will be back next week. So the gang will be all together next week. Please join us again, and we will see you next week. Bye guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.